want treasure. Let's go. I guessed right. Give me a hand here, Boo-Boo. Huh? You want to dig that thing out? Yeah, let's see what secrets this place holds. As expected, the carelessly distracted chest was unlocked. And particularly, it didn't contain anything valuable. Expired canned food, a broken pickaxe, half a rag. That's just all useless. Not necessarily. Look closer at the inside of the chest. Intrigued, Boo Boo leaned over, carefully reading an engraving that was at the bottom of the chest. G Family Mining Estates. Wait, the G family? Is that supposed to mean something? It didn't answer immediately. Instead, I bent down to pick up the can that was tossed aside. The label had faded beyond recognition, but I could just make out that it was produced by sometime last century. So the G family really established the first mining operations here in Beijing. When they left, the mine was abandoned, untouched for decades. No one should have any reason to return now. Unless they were a G themselves. Which, yeah, we talked about with Chen Xing, that her family, you know, was kind of part of that. Do you know if there are any mines and other similar operations in Beijing? Can't say for sure, but I know my family once held an ancestral property deep in the Beijing. It's been abandoned for many years now, though. Why would your family just throw out a property like that? Because that ties to Zero. Oh yeah, because that's the other thing too. One of the directors is there. Yes, it was a long time ago, but back then Zero was pretty close with the G family and began assisting in managing that property. After the G family hit hard times, Zero severed all ties with us, but due to concerns, I'm not entirely clear on none of the remaining family members took over that property. So it's probably G then. It's probably not G. It's probably Zero then taking over the G property. Which, I mean, we kind of suspected that, you know, Zero might be behind a lot of the stuff here. It all started to add up. Her choices of hiding spots suddenly made a lot of sense. But after all these years, why would Zero suddenly scramble to resume excavation? What was she looking for? Turning the dusty can over in my hands, I inadvertently ignored the sound of heavy stomping coming closer. Another game over because we couldn't outrun the monster. When I came to, I reached for the marker and jotted down 2 more lines on the whiteboard. Investigate the link between Zero and the G family mining estates. Don't take the right tunnel in the mine. Oh, so I guess that was the wrong. Well, I mean, we learned something new, which was good, but yeah, maybe next time don't take the right path. Oh, so now we just go all the way back to here, and then we do... let's do the left path. I want to save the middle one for last. I don't know, I feel like you want to go both the sides before going straight up the middle. I don't know, that's just me. The deeper we went, the dimmer our... So this one was the not-so-bright path. The other one was the bright path. This one's the not-bright path. Boo Boo, about these mines, did the locals ever mention what kind of ore was extracted here? Not exactly, but if I had to guess, Beijing is known for rare metals like, you know, insidious ore. As she spoke, Boo Boo ran her fingers along the rugged wall. Instantly, tiny, multicolored crystalline particles clung to her fingertips. This stuff contains rare earth elements, super versatile for industrial use, and worth a fortune, actually. I remember reading about it in the textbooks. It's strange, though. Judging by what's left, the vein is barely half mined. Why did they first miners decide to stop? Wait, do you think the mine was sealed away, you know, something evil, and that's what scared them off? If that was true, the crew wouldn't have come back. More likely, it wasn't the mine itself, but human factors at play. Huh? What do you mean? Boo Boo turned to face me, curious, but I raised a hand to stop her. Ahead, a chaotic heap of rubble completely blocked the passage. It was a dead end. Huh? Skeptical, she stepped forward and hesitantly tapped the debris with her fingertip. The moment she touched the stone, it burned. She recoiled as if it burned her. Yikes. Alright, let's head back. But if we turn around, we might run into the Zhe Shui. Relax, we'll be fine, trust me. I flash her a reassuring smile. She's gonna speak it into existence, though, isn't she? 5 minutes later, I stumbled out of the treatment pod and rubbing my head, and I picked up a marker and added 2 new notes to the whiteboard. Large 9 beneath Beijing lightly contains iridescent ore. Don't take the left tunnel in the mine. Okay. Let's go down the middle then. Looks like someone's been here recently. Yeah, these tracks look freshly laid. It wasn't just the tracks, the entire passage seemed to have been reinforced, scaffolding still clung to the walls near the entrance and corners. The further we ventured in, the heavier the air seemed to grow and the darker our surroundings turned. Skip. Boo Boo's sided closer and I could feel her trembling. Are you afraid of the dark? What, me? Afraid? No, don't be ridiculous. As a geomancer sworn to fight the Zui Shi, why would I be afraid of, Her voice was trembling just as violently as her hands. Say, maybe we should, light a torch. A torch in a mine? Do you have any idea how dangerous that is? What if there's an, explosive gas? I flicked her forehead gently. Well then, what do we do? Just look, we're nearing the end of the tunnel. We approached slowly and cautiously, and the dim lighting finally revealed what lay ahead. Stacks of crates, all shapes and sizes, packed tightly into the space, each filled with guns, ammunition, and explosives. Yeah, good thing we didn't go with your torch idea. I bent down and picked up one of the firearms, and its textures felt oddly familiar in my hand. Hold on, this is company equipment. I handed the gun to Boo Boo. She examined it briefly before nodding. Definitely, this is the same model we trained with back at headquarters. Seems the old-timers helped themselves to quite the haul when they left the company. Grab a couple of these, Boo Boo. We might need them later. Got it. Oops. Oh no. Did she accidentally shoot us, or did she accidentally shoot an explosive barrel, I wonder? What kind of genius would have an accidental discharge in an, ammunitions depot? Nursing my aching head now, I grabbed the marker and scribbled on the whiteboard. Large statue angel made weapons and ammo found deep in the middle tunnel, possibly 0 connections. Middle tunnel is also a dead end, but could serve as a supply depot later. Don't let Boo Boo handle crates. I would have added a third line that said, "Don't let Boo Boo handle crates." Each fork led to more forks, and each wrong turn brought me and Boo Boo back to the start. Over 30 painstaking trial and error attempts later, we had covered every path. When I woke up from yet another round in the treatment pod, the whiteboard was almost entirely covered now with notes. We still haven't found a way out, but the secrets of this underground labyrinth were coming together. Bit by bit, these fragments of information I scribbled on the whiteboard began to connect, forming a web that linked everything. Oh god. That linked everyone involved, allies and enemies alike. To put it chronologically, it began decades ago when the G family purchased the mine in Beijing to extract ore. But shortly after the mine's construction, the G family fell into decline, and for reasons unknown, the mine was never sold. Instead, it was just simply abandoned. Fast forward a few years ago, Rose and Quanloth began producing awakening dust, which required rare earth elements like those found in the iridescent ore, so Rosen turned to her partners from the former board for help. And that's where Zero comes in. Knowing full well that the G family's mining in Beijing can held untapped reserves, she returned and reopened it. By this point, most of the puzzle pieces had clicked into place. Only one question was still lingering in my mind. faith. Beijing's locals, isolated for ages, suddenly adopted a new religion. Zero's presence is almost certainly the catalyst. But Zero was no zealot. She wouldn't have suddenly started preaching around Beijing without a calculated reason. Whatever her motivations were, they ran deeper than just the ore. Standing before the all-too-familiar fork in the tunnel again, I fell silent. Hey, Nico, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well today. What is it? I don't know, none of these paths look particularly promising. Ah, so the great adjacent is just stuck trying to decide, huh? Say no more, this is a job for yours truly, the mighty Geomancer. With that, Boo Boo fished out 3 old coins from her pocket, presenting them with a flourish. In this day and age, where even paper money is becoming a relic, seeing something like this genuinely piqued my curiosity. Doing alright, work finished yesterday for now. That's good. I'm glad that you have work finished. Hopefully you have at least the rest of the year off. Which is like, 2 days. I might be working New Year's, but other than that, I'm doing well. Oh, that's good. I am also working, New Year's and that too. So this is why, again, this is going to be my last stream of the year. Because the next 2 days, I'm working. And what exactly are you planning to do with those? Oh, you'll see. Boo Boo cupped the coins in her hand, shaking them rapidly as she began her chant. Heaven decrees above specters, wisdom below from the 4 winds, unveil the shrouding path. As her incantation ended, she flung the coins into the air with a flourish. Unfortunately, she had completely forgotten about the handcuffs connecting us, and the moment she lunged to catch the coins, the chain yanked her arm back, and as a result, the coins scattered noisily on the ground. Oh no, wait. One of the coins wobbled and rolled away. Without hesitation, Boo Boo rushed to chase it, tugging me along. Her antics left me both bemused and amused at the same time. I just gave in and let her pull me along. And just as I let my guard down, something completely unexpected happened. Oh no, not the monster again. With a startled cry from Boo Boo, a sharp pull on my right hand nearly yanked my arm from its socket. Oh. Before I could process what had happened, I was thrown off balance, tumbling forward. Hold on. Why the heck is there a slope here? Oh. Well, that's a pretty picture. The wet, slippery slope sent us hurtling downward one after the other like marbles on a greased slide. And this unfortunate fall was all thanks to Boo Boo's misstep and, well, the handcuffs. Nice work, Boo Boo. Now's not the time for finger pointing, okay? Just try to grab onto something. Her voice grew shriller after what sounded like her backside gliding with a jutting rock. Ooh. Even if we could, it's too slippery to climb back up. Then what do? Curl up, tuck your head, and try not to... Before I could finish my sentence, though, the ground abruptly disappeared beneath us. Two solid thuds echoed moments later, and one of them. Cool. Sorry, I need to get on tundras. One from us hitting the ground, and the other from Boo Boo landing square on top of it. A fall like that would have knocked most people unconscious, but I got off with nothing worse than just a coating of grime and dust. I even managed to haul Boo Boo upright, though she was too busy clutching her head and groaning. Oh, that really hurt. There, let me rub it. With gentle massaging her forehead, I took a moment to survey our new surroundings. The air here felt noticeably damper than in the mine above, and strange plants I'd never seen before sprouted from the moist ground. By sheer dumb luck, Boo Boo blunder had led us to a completely new path. For the first time for what I felt like ages, the heavy frustration pressing down on my chest was beginning to ease a little bit. Well, I guess that little head of yours isn't just for show after all. Hey, that hurts. It wasn't long before we had to stop again. This time it wasn't rubble blocking our way, instead we were greeted by a winding underground river that stretched far into the distance. The murmur of flowing water mingled with the chirping of insects. The damp air brushed against my skin, and the surreal beauty of this place almost made us forget how tense and exhausted we were a moment ago. Adding to the pleasant turn of events, a bamboo raft rested along the riverbank nearby. That's pretty convenient. I'd only ever seen something like this in historical films, but judging by Boo Boo's lack of surprise, maybe such rafts were still used in Beijing. At the very least, its presence suggested someone was passing through here before. Maybe there was a way out ahead somewhere. You gonna take a bit of a break at the start of the year, have a big special New Year's stream? I was thinking about doing so. I mean, I have to work both New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, so it's not going to be then. I'd have to see if my schedule, like, has anything, but considering I took a bit of a break for, like, Christmas and that, it's probably not going to be a break. I'd have to see if maybe I can do something special for the new year. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'd have to check my schedule and that, see if there's something I can do. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do for that. I'll try to see if I can come up with something special, maybe. Yeah, it would be kind of nice to maybe do something special for the new year to kind of like kick it off. At the very least, the president suggested someone... Oh no, I already read this one. Lost in thought, I suddenly felt a cold splash on my face. Turning, I caught Boo Boo gazing innocently into the distance, but there was no doubt that the droplets came from her. I'm gonna splash her back. Hey! Take this. I stepped back, nearly dodging her counterattack, limited, of course, because, you know, we had handcuffs linking the two of us together. Alright, knock it off. We should keep moving. I'll try to catch that one if I can. Oh, yeah. No, I've been working a lot lately, too, so I feel you on that one. So, part of the reason why I had, you know, a bit of a break for Christmas wasn't just because of Christmas, but also because I was too tired from work to stream. Yeah, I'm working a lot of hours lately, so yeah, that hasn't helped. That's actually why I was gonna stream last night, and the reason that I didn't was because yeah, I was too tired after work, so it's just like, yeah, I know I'm gonna stream a lot tomorrow, aka today, so yeah, I just did that instead. But yeah, I'll try to see if maybe I could do something special for New Year's. We'll see. It's not going to be on New Year's because I have work, but maybe like at the start of the year or something, we'll figure something out. Are we seriously going across the river on this raft? It looks older than my Nana. Despite her words, Boo Boo boldly stepped onto the bamboo raft. Huh, not bad. It's sturdier than it looks. The raft creaked as if agreeing. Alright, adjacent, climb aboard. Prepare to be amazed by my rowing skills of Boo Boo the Geomancer. Yeah, things have been both hectic and quiet at the same time by me. I mean, thinking about that, that might be kind of same. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, yeah. Things have been very hectic in terms of a lot of hours at work, but it's also been kind of quiet as in, like, not a lot of bad stuff has been happening either, which is good. Like, it's just been kind of just consistent, which is kind of nice. So, yeah. Raft, okay. So looks like we're going to be fighting on a raft, it sounds.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we are definitely fighting on a raft. This is a very kind of nice looking raft. I wasn't expecting a raft like this. I was thinking just like a little square raft. Yeah, no, this is actually a nice looking raft. Just start speedrunning a new game, enjoying it, and working it quite. What game is it? Is it anything good? Wait, were we supposed to go down that way? Oh, I can't even walk anyways. I just realized, yeah, I can't move from the spot. Oh, now we have a new raft. It's a platformer with PS1 graphics. Huh. I mean, I'll probably look into it. See if it's on Steam and that. Sounds interesting. Clicked on the movement of it. What do you mean by that? Like it just has like good pacing, or? I have to look into this game. When my time gets accepted, I should be in 10th place. Oh, you mean like the movement abilities and whatnot. I have to look into this game. What's it called? Pseudo Regalia? Okay. Yeah, I might need to look into this later. Oh, and it's 20% off right now. Okay. Might definitely need to look into this then. It was 20% off. That's a. I mean, I wouldn't mind something 20% off. Deals are good. Yeah, I'll definitely look into this in a bit. After drifting along the underground river for what felt like ages, the water grew shallow, making it impossible to continue, so we stepped off the raft and continued on foot. The journey became surprisingly peaceful. Perhaps the creature's bulk kept it from navigating the steep, narrow passages we were stumbling through earlier, but for the time being, we seemed to have shaken it off. Buoyed by the thought, we stopped at the entrance to another cavern. Ooh, pretty. Instead of danger, we were greeted by a dazzling underground starry sky. A starry sky suddenly formed by glistening veins of iridescent ore in the cave's ceiling. Lucky for us, they didn't mine all the ore, otherwise we never get to see a view like this. Reminds me of a story. When I was little, my nana used to say that when people pass away, they become stars in the sky, always watching over their loved ones. Beneath the crystalline starlight, Boo Boo suddenly turned and looked at me with a smile. That's a comforting thought. It was until a meteor shower came through and all the other kids were cheering, but I was the only one that was crying my eyes out. Oh, I get it, because if they're the stars in the sky, then a meteor oh, yeah, okay. I could see that. If only all our stars could be enduring as these crystals. Anyways, the night taught me about loss early on. It hurt so much, but back then I didn't know how to cope. Pseudo-regalia is pretty short though. It's like 5 hours a thing, maybe like 7 if you 100% them. Okay, so it'd be like I could probably like finish it all in a stream then if I did like a 7-hour stream. Interesting. Might not be a bad idea. I'll say that'd be a good idea for a stream. Just do like, you know, complete playthrough of the game. I'm definitely gonna look into this in a bit. Then I read this amazing novel about a group of geomancers. They were awesome heroes who made use of cosmic principles to practice charms and fighting for justice and helping others. A novel inspired you, huh? Yep, that's when I decided I wanted to be a geomancer too. Though I couldn't pull off all, you know, real charms or powers, I figured modern science would replicate most of it. So I gave it a shot and it worked. No one could tell the difference. And now she's a, you know, manifestation, so now she does have the powers. And that's how I became Boo Boo the Geomancer. So that's why she constantly mixes mysticism with modern science. It's quite a fascinating story. It proves I was destined for the role. So, Adjacent, what about you? Tell me something about your childhood. My childhood? Well... After sharing a few childhood stories with Boo Boo, we continued on our way. I would say I don't think we actually said anything. We waded through the dried out turbines of the underground river and skirted out around a dense cluster of mushrooms blocking our path. As we left the river behind, the air gradually grew dry again. At some point, our steps had unconsciously synchronized in mirroring strides, allowing our handcuffed arms to swing in unison. It was hours until we finally came to a stop again. Boo Boo was in the middle of grumbling around this seemingly endless maze when she suddenly froze. Look at Jason over there. Ooh, pretty tree. Even before she spoke, my eyes had already laid on the same sight. A towering tree looming before us, its sprawling branches impressed by any standard. Seeing it thriving deep underground like this was nothing short of a miracle. A shaft of sunlight streamed across a crack in the cavern ceiling as though the heavens had taken a pity on the lone tree, granting it enough sunlight to survive. Unfortunately for us, the crack was far too high to serve as an escape route. Boo Boo and I approached the tree, taking the chance to stretch beneath the rare sunlight. Makes me miss the rooftop sunbathing sessions back at headquarters.